Alright, so today I'm going to show you ins and outs of the registration script for the IP address and a little bit of Ace Launcher. Go ahead and exit out of this, So ACL, Ace L for Ace Launcher. That's why I aliased it as. This brings up a menu. I'm going to press 6 for subnet. I put a little star saying that's a menu instead of an execution. Can change. So, saying what would you like to do? So first of all, we're going to check all the subnets registered to the database, and then we're going to borrow a subnet, then return a subnet, and then check a subnet. And we're just going to go through the menu. So let's go through the menu. So check all subnets. It runs a script. It's basically curl. And IP of Flask needs to also be set. And it is set. Okay, so this grabbed everything from Flask, which is running on my localhost port 5000. And it's basically giving me a list of everything in the database. So the subnet is what we're looking for. And this subnet's open, so I could take that. And this subnet's open, and I put nicknames to tell them apart. I could have search later on to include nicknames, but I don't have it just yet. So currently it's based off of subnet as the key. So Millennium Falcon is reserved, so I can try to reserve it, and I'll show you that later, but I'll say it's not, it's reserved. And then this is just to keep track of who has what. And generally if it says open, then it's open, or if it says null, it's open also as well. So I'm going to grab a subnet with a subnet mask, and then I'm going to exit out of this area. It says in interactive mode. So I type in exit, return to the menu, and let's go ahead and borrow a subnet. So I'm going to borrow a subnet, put it in slash, user is Rob, and then amount of days needed. Current day is the 24th, so I'm going to need it through the new year. So 7-8 days. And then this asks if it looks correct. It's basically allows you to copy the curl if you wanted to and save it in your own script. So that looks correct. And then since expect. And then they get a message that says borrowed. Check to verify the record is correct. So this is the record now. So it looks like I checked out the land speeder and I own it. So let's go ahead and go back to the menu, type in the exit. And I would like to return the subnet because I don't need it anymore, and the date of 1/1/2019, that was over expecting. I need to return it so that my teammates can use a subnet. So I'm going to return the subnet. So IP with a slash, and then that looks correct. And then wait for it to finish. And it says return and check to verify the record is correct. Now the status is open on LandSpeeder, the owner is blank, and the day is blank as well. So that's one way to return. The other thing that I do is every time a check is made, it does a garbage collection, so all the dates that are past due are set to open. Are set to open, and goes from there. So let's see, check a subnet, a specific subnet. So we're going to check this subnet LandSpeeder just for kicks. So for check a subnet with slash. And there's the subnet in the LandSpeeder. and there's a subnet showing that it's open. So this way you can check and see if a specific subnet is open that you want. Let's try entering in a subnet that is not in there. See what happens, because I'm kind of curious of this. It's probably going to bomb, but let's see. Slash 120 slash 30. So it's going to go and say just give me something blank. So if it's blank, it means it's not in the database. So there you go. Let me know if I need to make a explicit thing that says, hey, it's not in the database. So let's go ahead and say what happens if you want to borrow something that someone already has. So technically you could, if you really wanted to, if you're devious about it, you could technically take someone else's subnet from them by force. But we're going to just assume that everybody is nice and polite, and because I don't have logins yet. If this gets above 25 users, I think a login system would be appropriate with a token for each person, so you can see who owns what and be able to make it a little bit harder to check stuff back in or return stuff. So you saw that the subnet was not available. We can make it available by registering it. So let's go ahead and go to 6, register as JSON of subnets, and JSON path. So I have this set of subnets that I've registered previously. Let me go ahead and save this as another subnet. Second subnet register. Okay, this is JSON. I'm going to do something with login and overrides someday, but just not today. Those can be left out. Actually, I can just take them out right there. And so subnet 127.0.0.1/30, and then this is zone. Home nickname is sweet, and days I can just leave it blank. And then the initial owner I can leave blank as well. And then I can actually just submit what I've got right there. And what it'll do is it'll go for each subnet and check if it already exists in the database. And if it does, then it'll give me an error. So let's see. This is going to give me 1 success and however many failures. So copy that path. I'm going to put that path right here, and that looks correct. And let's see what it does. Okay, so it gave me 1 success, like I said before, in home, and then the rest of it said failure, because they said it says that it already exists in the database. So that is pretty cool. So you can basically run this against many different things and IP addresses and subnets and have a success for a few of them, but not all of them. It doesn't bomb the entire thing, so I'm happy about that. So I added a home, and let's go ahead and set home to the user of Dorothy, because there's no place like home. So let's check all the subnets to ensure that one of them exists. And that was like 1, 2, 3 button clicks for a curl command. I like it. So let's search for 127.0.0.1. Searching my entire stuff. Okay, there's home. And we're going to copy that path and register it to Dorothy, then try to register it to Rob. Okay. Borrow a subnet. Okay, user Dorothy. Number of days needed, 3. And then says it's borrowed. And now let's try to exit out here and then borrow subnet. Same subnet, we're going to do Rob this time. And days needed, 3. And that looks correct. And then it says Dorothy has this checked out. So I really want that one. So let me go ahead and show you how to do it, how to update it the nondescript way for admin users. That will probably happen when we get above 25 users, get a login and stuff. So this is full-fledged open right now though. So I'm going to update JSON of subnets, JSON path. I'm going to just, these will all update if I set them to update. So I'm just going to delete those. And I only want to update this one. So I want to update the status to Rob, all caps, and instead of Dorothy. So JSON path, let me copy this. Copy path, and then paste it here. Looks correct. And then it says, huh. I haven't gotten to this quite yet. Like I haven't, oh, it looks like I got an error here. Let's see what the Flask says. JSON decode error. So, oh, it's expecting one here. So that was just malformed JSON. So let me try that again. Oops. Okay, so I technically just stopped the Flask server, which means I was in the wrong bash directory. So let me go ahead and start the Flask server so you can see how easy it is to start. So Flask app, environment, Flask. There's IP of Flask, and then export Flask app equals index.py, and then Flask run. And that runs. Okay. Now I need to figure out what kind of happened. Let me exit this one because that's already completed. And let's go ahead and exit out of this and try that again. So we're going to update this, change the user from Dorothy to Rob, all caps, of home. So JSON path, I already have it in my copy paste clipboard. And then that looks correct. Let's see what happens. And oh, got another error. What's the error? Key error day. Okay. Oh, I know what we can do. So basically, it's trying to copy each thing and update it. I'm not quite sure why there's a key error of day. It just, oh. Okay, I do know why there's an error. It's because line 97 of my index is off. I'm gonna go ahead and fix it because I want this to be a long video. And it's under update. Have it update the day and change it to a date from the number of days from today. So update. Okay, and then there it is. Yeah, so anyway, subnet, if the key is in there, then use it. Day in subnet dot keys. I forgot to do a check here, which is why I was bombing. So now I fix that. Now it should not bomb. And then everything should be hunky-dory. So back to the menu. By now it should have rebuilt. And now I need to update. Okay. Update path. See the path I have for second. Here. Copy path. And then paste it here. And then hey, success. Use check though. So I couldn't quite get a absolute check to verify that the update worked. So we're just going to do a check to make sure that it worked. And check all subnets. So that's going to check and see if we have home. It's Rob all caps. And it's good like that. All right. Now, here's the thing that it's like, well, this could get kind of large. What happens if you want to delete something like this? I don't quite have that step up yet, but it is in the curl. So I don't have that in the menu yet, and I probably will leave it out until tomorrow. So here's the delete function. It's under admin/delete. So it basically finds all the things in your JSON and it for each subnet it deletes the row and it gives you a success or failure for that deletion. Yeah, so let me go ahead and do that in curl so you can see that and go from there. So I'm going to grab this one, and actually the easiest one would be to grab a JSON one, so admin so there's the curl right there. So I just grab that and then exit. You also press Control C and it exits the entire thing. Then curl IP and then path. I'm going to put my path in here. I want it to delete home. So I can also have it delete other things if I put them past here. So let me have it delete one more thing like the Millennium Falcon maybe, or something like that. So I need to open up another file for Subnet. Okay, so I'm going to delete the Millennium Falcon and home. So here's that. So there's that. And it looks like valid JSON. So I want to copy that path and then paste it in here. and then see what it does. So that did a register. Okay. I did not update that. The alt. Okay. Admin/delete. Then malformed. Let's see what it gave me. It says IP subnet. Street failed. 405. I'm guessing that means it's not there. Let's see. Admin/delete. Do I have a slash? No slash. Okay, well, one more time, and then if it doesn't work, I'll call it a day. So there's register. URL malformed. Wonderful. What is IPF Flask? Source -rc. I think IP is blank. That should fill it. So there's delete. First subnet space, and make sure that's the correct path. No, second subnet space I want. So let me grab that. Second subspace, IPF Flask, looks good. Method not allowed here. Oh, okay. So it's saying that it has a get and it really needs a post. So let's do a curl -x, capital X, POST. And let's see what that does. Method not allowed. Well, let me look and see if I can find some other stuff. Where's that menu? Nope, that's not it. Okay, I did something up here. That's unique constraint. That's for register. Okay, let me go ahead and close some things. Ace launcher. Okay. Well, I'll just get to it tomorrow and go from there. Okay, let me stop this.